Hello, this is FE Zeldord12345 and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. Since last time, I did a lot of synthesizing. Well, more farming than synthesizing, but I went over pretty much everything there is to know about synthesizing. And in this episode, we're going to be putting all that knowledge to use and exploring. And I just got an elixir there. Yeah, as you can see, we're back in Wonderland. From here on in, I'm going to be exploring every world in the game for treasures and trinities that we weren't able to get before. So let's get started. And before I go any further, I might as well show off my equipment and abilities. This is Sora's setup, nothing different. Goofy, I still have him as a support setup with experience equipment. And Donald, I replaced the Ray of Light with a Moogle badge since that's pretty much better than the Ray of Light in every way. As for abilities, this is what I have equipped. And as you can see, I got counterattack for Sora. I forget if I got it last time or in between episodes, but counterattack is really good and it's nice to finally have it. These are Goofy's abilities, and these are Donald's abilities. There we go. And with that said, let's get started with the exploring. And enemy hunting. That's always fun. Especially when you can one-shot them all. Maybe not the defenders, but close enough. I can almost two-shot them. Let's get over here. Anyway, something I did last time is I actually did quite a bit of stone farming, and I got all of the Power Stones, Fury Stones, Lightning Stones, and Serenity Powers. Well, all that we need, that is. I didn't feel like there was any need to show it or do it on camera. So yeah, I took care of it. If you want to see how it works, just go back to the previous episode. This is pretty much what the next 2 episodes are going to be like. Maybe 2 or 3, I'm not too sure. And nice job blocking them, you two. I'm just going to be running around, fighting enemies, and getting trinities. Not really much else to it. And because there is not much progression, I'm not entirely sure how I want to handle these next couple of episodes. I'm not even sure if I should be showing all of this fighting. Whoa. Yeah, nothing too bad. I guess something I might as well say, well, something I did before this episode started, I got the Clock Tower reward. In fact, I actually had been doing that off-screen, I just didn't bother to show it last episode. It would have ruined the pacing quite a bit. And here's a green trinity. And let's see what we got here. I know I could have come to all these places before, earlier in the game, but nah. I have my reasons for not doing so. And did I examine this flower? Nope, I don't think so. Because otherwise we shouldn't have gotten a Mythril Shard. Well, we got it now. Anyway, I'm mainly fighting all these enemies here, and at this point in the game, mainly for the experience. I haven't really brought it up in a while, but as you remember, at the beginning of the game, you had a bunch of questions that were asked to you, and it would determine how you would level up throughout the game. And if you may not remember, I got the Dusk Path, which means I level up slower during the early to mid game, but I level up faster during the late game. And because we have the EXP boosting equipment now, and we're fighting all these enemies in the worlds, I'm gonna be leveling up pretty quickly. In fact, the Dusk Path is actually faster to get to level 100 than any other path. I think the difference between the Dawn Path and the Dusk Path is, I want to say 100,000 experience to get to level 100. Yeah, it's quite a huge gap. When I was doing my test runs of this game, I wasn't too sure if it really mattered too much. I actually chose Dusk Path just for the sake of a challenge, because the early to mid game was a bit challenging on Proud Mode. However, I've been fighting the super bosses off-screen to get some practice, and I underestimated just how powerful they are on Proud mode. How powerful? One of them is capable of one-shotting me at my current levels. So yeah, I definitely need to get some levels ready. I guess I could take him on right now, but there'd be a lot of outtakes. And one of them I can do just fine, but the rest, nah. Anyway, now to actually get some treasure here, there's some more Rechalcum, which I think you need to glide in order to get to. Not sure if you can get to that path otherwise. And I probably should have jumped into that path, but whatever. Just some more mages here. Please die. It's a good thing their strength has barely increased. Get over here. There we go. And this is something else that I didn't go over while we were in Wonderland. Yeah, we can zap these things with thunder and get chests from them. Not that that was a very good chest, but whatever. And actually, I forget what's up there, so I'm gonna check it. Oh, this actually does lead somewhere useful. Might as well go through here then. And we land up here in the Tea Party Garden. Yeah, we couldn't really get up here otherwise. And there's some Dalmatians. And in here, a useless gummy piece. Actually, I don't think Flare's Flare's actually pretty useful if I recall correctly. And some more Mithril. That's always good. I think that's it as far as the Tea Party Garden goes. Ah, now I remember. This is where we go. As I think it is, yup. Yeah, I don't remember this place all too well, but I'm not going through the entire thing. Just most of it. And man, I've been getting a lot of frost shards. Well, shards in general. I should be covered for the rest of the game in terms of shards. And I meant to use fire. There we go. Yeah, I'm getting shards like mad. Alright, took care of all the enemies in here, and let's go through this painting. I'm pretty sure I went through here already, but we didn't really do much other than getting Dalmatians. But there's quite a bit to do here. First, here's the White Trinity of Wonderland. And inside is something fairly useful, the Lady Luck Keyblade. This Keyblade is meh. It's basically a better Spellbinder, but really at this point, my strength is so high that I kind of want to keep it that way. And that's kind of all there is to it. It's just a replacement for Spellbinder and nothing more. Let's see what else there is to do here. And in this chest, more Dalmatians. That's always good. And what do you have to say? I don't think I have a potion equipped. Nope. Ooh, let's change that. And I do know what this other flower wants, so let's get an elixir out. And eat up. A high potion's just okay. And you want an elixir. Mithril shard and some money. That's always good. I want to say that's all there is to do here in Wonderland. Yup, that's pretty much all there is to do in Wonderland, but there's one thing left. An ambush. Yeah, whenever you try to go into this exit, monsters appear here. I forget if this wave would also appear if we came here before the Riku Ansem fight. Not too sure. And more Lucid Crystals. Had to open my mouth. Yeah, quite a number of enemies here. I probably should have checked to see if this could happen before the Riku Ansem. There's that bright crystal I was looking for. As you can see, with 3 lucky strikes, enemies drop items like mad. And this is what makes me really think this was made just for after the Riku Ansem fight. we get a Mega Elixir from that chest. I think it'd be pretty ridiculous if we could get a Mega Elixir when we're not even 25% through the game. Anyway, we're done with Wonderland, so let's head off to the next world. Alright, we're here in Olympus Coliseum, and I am not taking this on right away. I'm still gonna wait a little bit longer. But there's a white Trinity here, so might as well get it. Actually, now that I think about it, this place has had almost every Trinity in the game. There was a blue, green, yellow, and now a white Trinity. I don't think there was a red Trinity though, unfortunately. Kind of a shame. Anyway, we got a new staff for Donald. I forget how good it is. It's not good. We already have the Meteor Strike and it's better in strength, so why would you want to equip this? Well, it says sometimes inflicts massive damage. I'm guessing it means it can sometimes deal critical blows for Donald. I still prefer Meteor Strike. Okay, we're back in Deep Jungle, and unlike the last place, this area is packed with new content. So let's get started. First off, let's head over to Treetop and activate this green Trinity. It blends in extremely well, and I doubt I would have seen it if it weren't for the exclamation point above Sora's head. And yeah, it's just a Mithril Shard and some HP orbs. Kinda useless when there's a save point right next to there, and I went the wrong way. Yeah, that place looks really similar. Anyway, as for what else there is to do, there's quite a bit here. First, I forget if I showed off this particular shortcut or not, but might as well do it. And okay, the pink Agarthus isn't here. I was gonna say, if it came here when I wasn't trying to look for it, I'd be pretty annoyed. Because quite a number of times it appears, when I want it to appear, it doesn't. So it would have been frustrating if it just decided to appear when I already had all the Serenity powers. Anyway, if you jump in that particular area, we come down to the Cliffs area. At least I think that's what this place is called. And just some more enemies to take care of. Fortunately, this place has quite a number of wyverns, so it's nice for farming power crystals. I thought I could get a Hurricane Blast there. So while I'm fighting these guys, actually first let's take care of him, because there's something in particular about this area I want to show off. Now if we go right here, there are a ton of green Requiems in this particular area. And if you could kill them... There we go. And another wave of them show up. So, this is actually extremely good for farming bright shards. You just go to this area, leave, come back, and you have a really good chance of farming bright shards from them. That's nice. Anyway, as we're going through here, something I might as well talk about, especially since we just got Lady Luck, is the topic of Keyblade balancing. As you may have noticed, we've gotten quite a number of Keyblades throughout our journey, and a lot of them are no longer useful. Like, we got Jungle King from here, but we have no reason to ever use it again. Divine Rose just trumps it in every way. Heck, 3 Wishes trumped it in almost every way. I think it only excelled in length, and... is that it? Let me see. And rarely deals critical blows. Yeah, it was kind of weird that we were just constantly getting Keyblades that were being replaced over and over. I know that's how some RPGs just naturally progress with weapons, but I don't know. I just like to see a bit more balance. And here's our White Trinity. And as for what we get in here, another Orichalcum. That's always useful. And man, that was dark. But as I was saying, I do wish they could have given the Keyblades a bit more of a purpose other than raw strength. Because really, that's all that matters. Length doesn't really mean too much when you have a Keyblade that's 8 points stronger in strength. So it's kind of a shame. And it also kind of continues with Spellbinder. Like I said, we don't need that Keyblade anymore. It's pretty much been replaced by Lady Luck. I don't think it's possible for every single weapon to be constantly useful throughout the entire game, but at least give them something of a purpose. Remember back in my last video where we got pop-up talking about a minigame for sliding? Well, this is it right here. There was one point in Deep Jungle where we had to slide down this giant vine, and basically you just have to collect fruit while doing so. Not really much else to it. This minigame, it works fine. I think it's kind of interesting and not really too hard. It's a bit annoying when you miss the fruit, but it's not too bad. And for getting all 10 of them, you get an elixir. That's a pretty good reward. And for some reason there was a 5-minute record, despite us only taking 30 seconds. Here's the kicker about this minigame. Now once you get those 10 fruits, let's stay on the left, a new path opens up. And what happens is we have to get 10 more fruits on a completely new track. This is how the Vine minigame works, and I apologize if it is dark to see. It's dark on my TV too. Did I miss one? Probably did. But yeah, the way it works is you keep on going through a course until you get all of the fruits, and then a new path opens up, then you get some more fruits, and so on and so forth. And that's kind of it. Yeah, I missed a fruit. Oh well. What's annoying is that in order to get all the way to the end, you have to be perfect. You can't miss a single fruit. And yes, you do get more rewards from this. So, here's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing most of it off screen, and then when I get to the final Vine game, well, final sliding game, where I have to go through the whole thing in one go, then I'll just show that, and I'll do it in post-commentary. Because this can get a bit tricky, and if I miss just one fruit, I have to do the whole thing all over again. So I gotta focus. Okay, let's get started. Now, for the first section here, it's not that bad at all. The only pointer I need to make is you should start going to the right here, because if you don't lean to the right at the right time, no pun intended, you're not going to get all the fruits. There's also a fruit coming up right here. That one's a little bit hard to see, but it's not too bad. For the second area, as I said before, it's pretty dark, but just stay in the center right here and you should be fine. Don't bother jumping, there's no obstacles to avoid. There are some rocks that you can jump over, and they do deal HP damage, but don't worry about it, it's negligible. Now for this part right here, stay roughly in the center and then start leaning to the left. You have to destroy that second rock there, so that way you're able to lean right enough in order to get to the next fruit. That one can be pretty annoying, especially if you can't see the fruits. They really should have made them a brighter color. This part may seem a bit intimidating because you move faster, but it's really not that bad. Just lean to the left here, and then move back to the center, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, that part is extremely harmless. Just don't let it intimidate you and you'll be fine. And yeah, lean to the right here, because that's where the next path leads. Now this part, you want to speed up right away because Tarzan can get in the way of the camera, like he is right now. But just stay in the center. And don't worry about hitting that tree branch. The hitbox on it is kind of weird and it'll only hit you if you're far to the right. Speaking of which, you have to get far to the right now in order to get these fruits. And that's it. That part can be tricky if Tarzan gets in the way, and he will. But other than that, it's something you can do easily once you learn their locations. Now for this part, Tarzan was really in the way, so just stay in the center and you should be good to go. Although for the last one, make sure you're leaning a bit to the left so that way you can pick it up. And it is finally done. It may have went by in a flash for you, but I've been doing this for nearly half an hour now. The rewards are good, but my god, that took a while. It took so long that I even actually went out my way to get the clock tower reward. Yeah, it's already time for me to get the next one. It took that long. I do think the sliding minigame can be fun, but not with what you're expected to do. And needing to marathon all of that, it can be a pain. Oh well. At least we're done with Deep Jungle. As far as I can recall, there is not much else to do here. However, I want to end this episode on a bit of a bang. So, let's head somewhere else. Okay, we're back here in Agrabah, and something's up with Aladdin's carpet. Before we talk to it though, I changed my setup around a little bit. I put an Air Combo Plus on, and I traded out Ars Arcanum for Ragnarok. It's gonna be a bit more useful here. I also decided to bring in Aladdin, this is his setup, and I just realized I forgot to put accessories on him. Just throw on whatever strength boosting accessories you have, it doesn't really matter too much. As for items, I packed both Aladdin and Goofy with high potions, and I packed myself with 4 mega potions and 2 elixirs. Hopefully I won't need them, but we'll see. And time to see what the carpet has in store for us. I'll be quiet for this part. That just might be my favorite boss intro in the whole series. Not entirely sure what it is about it, but that just seemed really dynamic and cool. Anyway, this is Kurt Zisa, the super boss of the Agrabah. He can be pretty tough if you don't know what you're doing, especially on Proud Mode. Now, during the first phase here, he only has 2 attacks. He has that first spinning blade attack, and he has that dash attack. And that's pretty much it. And during the first phase, as you can tell, he's kinda slow. Also, I should have mentioned, you see how we have a blue circle around us? After the first 3 seconds of the fight, he seals away your magic. That's why I cast Arrow as soon as possible, so that way I can protect myself more. And Arrow is capable of damaging, which is also nice. Now once you take down those 2 orbs, the head is vulnerable for you to attack. The head will fight back, but don't worry about it. You can take it down easily. And this is why I got Ragnarok for, so that way we can deal with even more damage. You also can deflect the head for tech points whenever it attacks, and he gives a lot of tech points, so it's nice if you can get it. And after you do enough damage, it goes into its next phase. Now here I want to summon Bambi. You didn't quite see it, but now he has a barrier around himself that's immune to physical attacks, so we gotta use magic. Attacking the barrier does give us magic orbs, but it's a little too slow for me, so I like summoning Bambi. And besides, magic is a bit limited in this fight, so might as well use it. Now when he's moving at this speed, that means it's safe to use gravity on him. If he's moving faster like that, then you're not gonna hit him with gravity. He's just too fast for it. Now this stance here. It's kinda hard to see, but yeah, he's shooting electrical orbs at us from the ground. Whenever you hear it come up, that's your cue to dodge roll. If you do that, you should be fine. Let's see, there should be a giant one coming up. There it is. Yeah, it's not too bad. Now back to gravity or not. Just hold still. God damn it. Unfortunately, Bambi's already almost out. Huh. I don't remember Bambi wearing out this quickly. I did have my cheer abilities on. Then again, he's moving around a lot, so it's kinda hard to get gravity on him. Whoa. Yeah, he can also surround you with sand tornadoes. Something I might as well talk about while fighting Kurt Sisa, and thanks for MP, Goofy. There we go. Kurt Sisa actually wasn't in the original Japanese version of Kingdom Hearts. He's extra content for the North American version. And as for his name, Kurt Sisa, what happened is, back when this game was coming out, Squaresoft actually held a contest for someone to get their name in the game, and apparently the guy who won is named Kurt Sisa, so good for you. And I think he's a pretty fun boss, so it's a good thing Squaresoft did justice, and I probably should use gravity by now. Okay, now I want to get an elixir out, and I don't care that he still has magic out, still gonna attack. Okay, now it's around this HP threshold that he's going to go into his next phase. I'm not entirely sure when, it kind of varies, but it's around now. Make sure you have at least 5 MP right now. Okay, let's keep on attacking. Okay, he's getting ready, and I want to summon Tinkerbell before he seals up our magic again. Because I'm gonna need all the healing I can get for this. And right after that, let's get Arrow up. I don't know why, but when you cast Arrow and then summon Tinkerbell, for some reason Arrow wears off. I don't know why that is. Okay, just be cautious. Now, unfortunately, he doesn't wait nearly as much in this phase. So, just attack it after he attacks, and get out of there quickly. It's gonna get a lot more intense. Okay, just want to wait for an opening. There. Now, there is another attack that he can do in this phase that he hasn't done yet. I'm waiting for it, actually. Here it is. Yeah, he spins around and tries to kill you. Whenever he's spinning vertically, run to the side and do a dodge roll, otherwise you won't make it. And when he spins to the side like that, just high jump. He does have visual cues for when he uses it. If he stays it horizontally or vertically, that means he's going to do it again. But if you see him start to change, that's your cue to get ready to dodge roll or high jump. And he's doing it again. Horizontal. Horizontal. Yeah, it's pretty easy to read. You just need to be constantly moving, so keep on holding to the right so that way you'll be able to make it with dodge roll. What's really annoying is that I don't know when he's going to do this, so I have to be extremely cautious with approaching him. Whoa. That was close. That's why I'm only getting in 2 hits at a time. I want to be ready for when he does this. Because he can do it at point blank and kill you. And you also want to stay in the center so that way you don't get hit as often. But as you can see, Tinkerbell had to revive me because I would have died there. A shame. Whoa. Okay, he didn't do it. That was close. I'm gonna use Ragnarok. If I can get there. Damn it. Come on, hit the orb. Nope. Okay, we're back to the final phase of the fight. And while I'm going through this, I might as well talk about my thoughts about the fight as a whole. As I kind of mentioned before, I think this is a pretty good fight. I wouldn't say it's an amazing fight, but I think Squaresoft did a good job when they decide to add extra content. My only real problem is during the magical phase of the fight. It's kind of slow, especially once you know how it works. And on top of that, I don't think you get quite enough time to attack it during the final phase. Because as you can see at this point, he's just throwing attack after attack after attack, and there's not really much of a rhythm to it. Well, when I say rhythm, I'm referring to what attack he uses, because he can use that spinning helicopter attack twice in a row. It's not often, but he's done it to me before. Oh boy. Crap. I don't think I can parry that. Dodge roll. Nope. But yeah, if your reaction time isn't perfect, you're probably dead. And I'll bring Donald and Goofy, not Donald, Aladdin back up. Did he drop an elixir? I didn't know he could drop that. I thought it was just Mega Potions. I'll take it. And I'm not gonna try Ragnarok this time because of... I'm not sure if you noticed, but it didn't seem like the lasers of Ragnarok were doing anything. Okay, I'm gonna wait. Alright. Whoa. And dodge roll. I'm not sure if dodge roll's invincibility frames are helping me here, or if I'm just barely getting out of the way. Guard. Here we go. Dodge roll. Dodge roll back in. And we should have him. Okay, let's keep attacking. Yeah, we should have him. I hope. Nope. Yeah, very rarely he can get back up before I kill him. I don't know why that is, but he can just do it. Fortunately, I have an elixir, so I don't necessarily need Bambi. And I actually did get a spare elixir from him, so that's nice. I wish I knew what exactly caused him to change forms, because sometimes it's HP, sometimes it's not. I'm thinking the phase transition is dependent on both HP and how much time has passed. Because sometimes Kurt's able to get up really quickly before I can do much damage. So I'm not entirely sure. This should do it. Yep. Okay. We should be good here. Kill him! Okay, he didn't die there for a second. I thought he was gonna get back up. If he got back into his final offensive phase again, I would have probably been dead, since I don't have Tinkerbell. I also think that was a really cool death scene. Yeah, I really like this boss as a whole. And we get Zantetsuken and Ansem's 11th report. Yeah, back then I alluded to him having 10 reports total, but they actually added a few more in Final Mix to light on some things that weren't exactly covered. So, might as well take a look before we end things off. So much for ending things off with a bang. And here it is. Opening the door to a world's heart causes its walls to crumble. These fragments are seen as shooting stars. This explains why these gummy blocks can travel freely to other worlds. I know the catalyst of this collapse, the appearance of the Heartless. However, it will take time to search out the world's doors and to retrieve each heart. Furthermore, the doors can be locked using a keyblade, making the heart forever unattainable. I must take action before the wielder of this key appears in this world. If the princesses and the Keyblade are connected, they should resonate. I've chosen a girl. I don't know if she holds the princess's powers, but I will find out. She may lead me to the key bearer. I shall set her free and observe. This is a very different report. You may have noticed from the tone, but this one is a bit more expository than the others. In the previous reports, Ansem was explaining his experience with the darkness, but here he's kind of just stating facts. It's kind of weird. Also, when he's talking about the princess, he's referring to Kairi. I don't think the game itself made it clear, but she's from Hollow Bastion. And Ansem is the one that sent her to Destiny Islands, and this is the reason why. So that was kinda nice to know. And I think that's where I'm gonna leave things off. I have no clue how big this episode will be. I've actually been recording for an hour and a half total. There was a lot of off-screen stuff. So, I don't know how this is gonna be. But next time on Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, we're gonna continue exploring the worlds and finding what treasure we can get. So, see you next time.